Hey everybody out there, this is Seto, and today for you guys we are going to be doing another episode of Every Card Has a Story. Now this, I guess you could say, one particular card that I have, or some cards I have here, has a funny story, and it actually reminds me of something that I did as a kid. And I wonder if any of you other guys actually used to do this as when you were younger, actually. So when I was younger, what I used to do is if I got a Yu-Gi-Oh pack, I would sometimes keep the Yu-Gi-Oh pack, especially if the set had just come out. So as you can see here, this is a First Ed Soul of the Duelist pack, because you can see it says First Ed up here and whatnot. So I used to keep these packs if I really liked them, and what I would do usually is I would open them up from the top, like do this, and then, you know, keep the pack, and sometimes I would even keep the cards in the pack after I opened it up. So I used to do that for different packs. That's why when I've been going through my Yu-Gi-Oh collection recently after my father passed away a couple years ago, and I was going through stuff, I found all these card sleeves, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have so many old card sleeves, actually. But the funny thing is, too, is when I was cleaning out my garage, moving things around because I was about to move. I was trying to clean up my garage because it was really hectic after my father died. We had to throw everything in the garage from different houses we were selling. So I came across this box, just a regular box with random old Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, some old Yu-Gi-Oh Beckett magazines like this, which I've already shown on the channel already, like Beckett magazines and things of this nature and old stuff. And there was a pack at the bottom of the magazine, you know, in one of the magazines, which I guess I must have brought the magazine and bought a pack that day. But I was like, oh, it's got cards still in it. So I opened up the pack, pulled out the cards, and as I was going through the cards, I was like, okay, Rage Muka Mukas, Horus. I was like, oh yeah, I remember, you know, playing Horus decks back in the day, and then it had Dark Factory Max Production. These are the cards that I literally found in the pack. I haven't taken them out. But the cool thing I found was this, a Hammer Shot Ultimate Rare, and I was like, like I didn't know I even had this. This tells you like the random stuff I find from back in the day, but this you can tell is actually from this pack because I found this in the pack and it was right in the middle, and it's from SOD, which is Soul of the Duelist, First Ed Hammer Shot, with pretty much the big hammer that. Ooh, sorry about that. The wind is really bad outside today, but you can see actually that. It looks kind of cool. But pretty much it used to be used in GOAT format because it says, destroy one face-up attack position monster with the highest attack on the field. And this was back before we actually had Smashing Ground. So before we had Smashing Ground, we would use things like Hammer Shot for one removal. So this was actually a good card back then. And I remember pulling one like years ago when I really thought about it after I found it. I was like, yeah, I remember I pulled one, but I never knew what actually happened to it. And lo and behold, it was in a Beckett magazine at the bottom, you know, at the bottom of some bin, and I found it with just random old First Ed Soul of the Duelist common cards. So I keep this in a sleeve now, actually. But it was so funny. Like I showed my friend because he was into Yu-Gi-Oh too. My friend Alex, he was helping. I was like, look what I just found. And he's like, oh my gosh, that's pretty cool. I was like, yeah, I mean, it's not super expensive. It's nothing funny, but it was just such a cool little story that I just found because this happened too, not, you know, after my father passed away and I was cleaning out my old Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. There's a video on my Yu-Gi-Oh collection saying, videos that I have, like my Yu-Gi-Oh collection from back like 3 or 4 years ago. I put, the title was, my lost Yu-Gi-Oh collection, and I was going through my collection in my closet, and I found like a box of old Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and there was so many good old Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And I found a First Ed Snatch and Steal when Snatch and Steal had just come off the ban list, and I was like, oh my gosh, because that was like a lot of money, and I kept it, and I still have all those cards. But it's just when you find these old random cards that I had that were in good condition for the most part, and I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know I had this. I forgot I even owned these cards. I thought I sold them or traded them years ago. But that's the funny story when you're, especially like if you still have Yu-Gi-Oh cards that you don't know where you put them at, and when you get the chance to go cleaning up and go in places like garages, attics, your old bedroom, and you're like, oh look, I have a whole bunch of old Yu-Gi-Oh cards I haven't seen in, 10 years, 15 years. And you find them like, oh, this is a good card, and this is a good card, and oh dang, I needed this card for my deck actually, or things of that nature. So it's kind of fun to go through when you find your old Yu-Gi-Oh cards and you don't even know you even had them, or you thought you sold them off or something. But that's a cool story, and I'd love to hear anybody that has a similar story to that. But that's the little story I found. This happened about a year ago. This pack did, and yeah, finding just a hammer shot, a random like old hammer shot, nice rarity in my pack. So I'm gonna put these cards back, and this is gonna go back in my binder because I keep these together. But till next time, guys, take care, have fun dueling, good luck dueling. I'll see you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed this little story, and I'd be interested to see if any of you guys have similar stories to this. And if you do, please tell me down below. I would love to read them. But till next time, guys, take care, everybody. Good luck dueling to all of you.